you have it. Yum. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat in an entire day. I really have nothing planned today. I'm just going to wing it. Hopefully I get 50 grams of fiber today and some protein. But regardless, I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat. And if you haven't noticed, I feel like I eat the same things. Like, I don't really change my eating habits too much. Eggs with beans, a yogurt bowl with chia seeds, and berries or oatmeal. Like, that's really all I eat for breakfast. I don't know what I want. I think I want something savory, but I mean, I do want to kind of do berries and stuff. So I don't know. The sourdough loaf I got from Aldi. I haven't had their sourdough loaf. I usually get like the round, like the more authentic like sourdough that you're used to. I usually get that. But this one's a loaf, so it's more closer to bread, but it's still sourdough. I don't know. Confusing, but I got this by accident. I meant to get the other one, and it's honestly not bad. And it was super cheap, like $3. I could have that with some beans and eggs, or I could have oatmeal once again, or some berries and yogurt. I don't know. I have a lot of bread right now. It's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this bread. I just love bread, I guess. I don't know. So I have the sourdough loaf. Then I have regular English muffins. Then I have this brioche style bakery bread. Not really for me. It's good if you want to make French toast or something with it. Then I have this multigrain loaf from Aldi. It has 3 grams of fiber. So I love having this as like my go-to. Then I have these solo bagels that have 30 grams of fiber, which is crazy, but I've been hearing about this for ages and I finally just tried it recently. They aren't bad. I'm kind of neutral about them. Like, yeah, they're good if you want to get your fiber in, but I want to depend on these things. But it definitely is convenient and the flavor isn't bad, so that's an option. These other English muffins, Daily Power Protein English muffins, that has 6 grams of fiber and 10 grams of protein. Actually, it's not bad. Like, I had an egg sandwich with these the other day and it was pretty good. So that's an option. And then I have this fitness bread, which is another thing I love. It has 11 grams of fiber, only 150 calories. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just love bread, I guess. Like, this is all the bread I got. So I should use some bread this morning. What I'm thinking is I'm going to do the fitness bread with some eggs and maybe like a side of berries. That'll give me about 20 grams for my first meal. So I always try to aim for at least like 15 to 20 for my first meal. And that like gets me started for like a great day. So yeah, let's do that. Also right now I'm making some ginger tea. So I'm excited to have that later. I just started it, so I'm gonna let that steep for a couple hours. So in the meantime, let's make our breakfast. Okay, so I may have over toasted it, but honestly, this bread is perfect for that because it's almost like a cracker when you do over toast it. So I'm not gonna mind that. I'm gonna put some butter on it. I've been obsessed with this French butter recently. I got it from Whole Foods and I had it before, like a couple months ago, but I just didn't get it again because it's kind of dangerous. This butter will make you want to butter everything in your life. And it has sea salt crystals, French butter, so it's like much more high quality than the other butters you get in your grocery store. So definitely run to Whole Foods and try it out. And another thing about French butter or just good butter in general is you don't have to like melt it. You can literally just eat it cold on whatever, like cold butter and warm bread is the perfect combo for butter like this. Because you want to appreciate the butter versus when you have like low quality butter, you kind of have to melt it for it to be tolerable, you know? And then just put the egg on here. Okay, look at that. And I'm gonna have a side of berries. Just 1 cup. I mean, they're gonna be frozen, but I'm gonna snack on them throughout the hour, I guess. And by then it'll be kind of defrosted. And there you have it. Yum. All right, let's try it out. The bread isn't really like good for real, but the butter definitely makes it and the egg makes it. So it's tolerable. 2 of these things might have been overkill though. I could have definitely went by with just 1. Okay guys, welcome back. This is a whole nother day. I am sorry about that yesterday. I literally like took a nap and then that like derailed my whole day, I guess, and I didn't film after that. So just to be honest, but Today is a whole nother day. Let's start fresh, and we'll give you my full day eating once again. Hopefully it doesn't derail again. So let's get into it. Today I'm gonna have like still early in the morning, so I'm about to have a coffee. I don't have coffee every day, but more days than not nowadays. Usually it's either coffee or ginger tea like I start my day with. And ever since I've been adding sorry, I still have my morning voice on, but pretty much ever since I've been adding basil seeds to my coffee, this adds 15 grams of fiber. I've been having coffee more often. So this is a hack to start your day off with some fiber. Almost kind of reminds me of boba a bit. Add some texture, some interest to your coffee. And yeah, let me show you how I do it. So first what we're gonna do is soak the basil seeds. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna try it today. The basil seeds, they are similar to chia seeds, but I do not grind the basil seeds and I don't really like soak them. If it's your first time like trying basil seeds out, definitely soak them, but these hydrate much faster than the chia seeds. So by the time I add it to the coffee, like, 2 to 5 minutes later, it's already to like absorb a lot of liquid and it's like, expanded. So I don't worry about soaking it beforehand. But I'm gonna try it today just to let you know like how it works. If you are just starting out, try 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon gives you a lot, 7.5 grams of fiber. So that's more than enough to start out with. But for my fiber veterans out there, 15 grams is what I want to do. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. Well, I'm doing an iced latte, and I haven't tried this with hot coffee yet. So maybe I'll try that next. But since I'm going to have a latte, I'm going to soak it in milk instead of water. And I'm using soy milk, which is underrated in my opinion. I used to be in like almond milk all the way, but now soy milk is my fave because it has the protein, it has the creaminess, and yeah, it's just good. So just let that sit while we make our coffee. So my latte is super easy. All it is your sweetener of choice. Usually I love honey. Honey is the best for me, but I'm using maple syrup right now because I don't have any honey. Then a pinch of salt. A salted latte you can never go wrong with. And I currently have an espresso at the moment. I got it a couple months ago and I love it. The only thing I don't love is how like expensive the pods are. So yeah, like the first couple months it was fine because I used like the promotions and like the coupons I had. But now it's like, okay, this thing is getting expensive, especially if you drink coffee every day. I mean, obviously it's cheaper than going out to get your coffee, but now I'm going to look at an alternative, like have an espresso every now and again. That's how much syrup I'm using, a little bit of salt, and then let me go get the coffee. Okay, I'm back with the coffee, and this is what I've been talking about. I've been using this. I've been leaning on this some days and this some days, and then like my ginger tea some days. Okay, a lot going on here. Sorry, I really want an ice maker, of course, but this is what you got to do. Okay, this is how the basil seeds are looking like. They have expanded a lot. Now let's add the coffee. That's good. It adds some texture to the coffee that's not weird. If you like boba, if you like things in your drinks, you're gonna love this. This is good. Just make sure to drink some water every now and again when you're drinking this because coffee already dehydrates you, and then the added fiber, you're gonna need some water. So definitely drink some water. Okay, so I drank my coffee and now I want to get started on my ginger tea. I have not been consistent with it the past month or so, a couple months, so I want to be more consistent with it. So I'm gonna have a pot ready to go so I can have like at least a cup or two before the end of the night. So let's start it now. And the method I'm doing now, I mean, if you see my ginger video, I did a whole video about how I do my ginger tea, and usually I make a big batch, like a stock pot batch, and then put it in mason jars. But now I just blended the ginger and I make just a serving a day versus a big batch. I don't really measure the water to ginger ratio. I just kind of eye it and it comes out different every time, but it's fine. So that much water. But really, it's up to your preference. Like, I can give you the recipe, but it's like, depending how you like your tea, you got to figure this out for yourself. If you want stronger tea, add more ginger and less water. If you want more weak tea, add more water, less ginger. I'm just gonna add the ginger into here. Like again, I'm gonna eye it, but I kind of want it more potent. So I'm gonna add. I made some last night and it was crazy potent. I definitely added too much. So today I'm gonna add. I don't know how much this is, but you see how easy it is to break too. When you gotta freeze it flat. That's the most important part. Nice. Okay, that's how much ginger I'm using. And then I also have some turmeric I'm going to use as well. Turmeric and ginger are like the powerhouse of anti-inflammatory things. So I'm going to add that in there just because. And I have this thing. I'm going to use the peel of the turmeric as well. Oh my God, these things scare me. I'm going to use this today. Mix into small little chips. When you increase the surface area of the turmeric and the ginger, you get stronger tea because the water has more contact with it. So you're gonna get more out of it all. Be careful though, the turmeric does stain, but I just accepted that. All we're gonna do is bring it to a boil, then immediately turn down the heat to the lowest it can go, and then let it steep for however long you want it. The longer you steep, the more potent the tea will be. And yeah, let's do that. Okay, now time for breakfast. I had like this chia berry yogurt bowl. I don't know what to call it, but pretty much the first thing you want to do is to grind your chia seeds. I say this time and time again, grinding is my preferred way. So I'm just using a normal coffee bean grinder, and when you grind it, it actually makes the chia seeds much easier to absorb and digest like all the nutrients. I like to grind per serving because I just prefer it fresh, but if you want to grind it in advance to make it easier on yourself, just store it in an airtight container and put it in like the fridge or the freezer just to preserve all those like exposed oils and omega-3s. You want to keep them fresh. So the chia seeds have around 10 grams and these berries have around 7 to 8. So this is such an easy hack to add 18 grams of fiber to anything. You can add it to yogurt like I'm doing here, add it to oatmeal, you can add it on top of, I don't even know, a bread? I don't know. I did add some maple syrup to the mixture because the berries get kind of tart and I just want a little bit of sweetness, but you can skip that part or just add your preferred sweetener, whatever you want to do. Then add your preferred protein powder of choice. This one, it's not, I'm like kind of neutral about it. It's fine. And then also you can add some cacao powder. A lot of people don't know that it does have some fiber, 2 grams. So that adds up. And then it has antioxidants, polyphenols, all the things you kind of want. And that's it. It's pretty much done. You can add your favorite toppings. You can add granola, add nuts. I added some pumpkin seeds for some healthy fats and just more protein. And all in all, this came out to be 20 grams of fiber, around 47 grams of protein. It's around 500 to 600 calories depending on the sweetener and the nut slash granola that you use. But definitely, this is going to be a staple of mine now. And it's so delicious, very filling. Honestly, it was kind of hard to finish the whole bowl. But yeah, I hope you make it. So after breakfast, I ran some errands and just had fun around town. But I had this bar on the go, 13 grams of fiber. First time trying it, it was actually pretty good. It kind of like dates and like nuts in there. Um, Honestly, not mad at it. 13 grams of fiber, like come on, that's just such an easy way to get the fiber in. And then I needed lunch, so I went to Whole Foods to get some bread. I was really looking for their sushi. Their sushi I really wanted, but they were out. I came too late in the day, I guess, and I was so sad about that. But it's fine. I had to find something else, and I ended up getting like this falafel wrap. Happened to be vegan, 9 grams of fiber. Kind of a lot of sodium for my taste, but it's fine. I mean, when I am hungry on the go, I definitely go to grocery stores to find healthier options. And then we went to the movies to see The Odyssey. Popcorn has fiber, by the way, so I had some popcorn. And yeah, that's what I ate in the day. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hoped it helped in some way. I just want to, address some things. I do prioritize fiber, and my whole channel is dedicated to fiber and just helping and inspiring people to eat more fiber. But I want to also say that I ate a lot of fiber this day, 57 grams, and that is my personal goal, but you don't have to aim for that if you do not want to. A lot of people, when you go from 0 grams of fiber a day to like 30, 40, 50, you're going to feel uncomfortable and discomfort, bloating, constipation, like all the things you don't want. If you're just now starting out with fiber, it's remember to increase your intake slowly, like 5 extra grams a week, and then work up from there. And just another thing to note is that I've been hitting my fiber goals consistently for like 2 years now. So it's taken me a while to get to over 50 grams of fiber a day. Some days I get 40, some days I get 50, some days I get 60. I think one day I got like 80, but that's all to say, like, it took me a while to get here. So don't be disappointed. Don't try to get a lot of fiber if you're not used to it. Lastly, I want to mention that I did eat like what, 2 meals that day, 2 meals and some snacks. And I feel like that's totally normal. I used to feel bad. I mean, I still kind of do feel bad sometimes when I don't get 3 meals a day, but also it's important to note everyone's lifestyle and body is different. So if I feel good on 2 meals and some snacks, then who am I to like try to force myself to eat 3 meals? Some days I get 3 meals, some days I get two. It is what it is, not a big deal. Of course, like I think it's optimal to hit 3 meals a day because you can stretch out your nutrients better, of course, but sometimes it is what it is. Like 2 meals is totally fine. Not a big deal. And yeah, anyway, I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I think I might talk about how to increase your fiber intake slowly and safely without any like ill effects. Maybe that would be my next video, or maybe some recipes. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.